Alright, so it's the 2nd of October today, and quick little update. I'm getting, I've agreed to accept £3.50 back for the damage that this received, which could have easily been avoided, to be fair, if they didn't send it in one of these like jiffy bags. And this one's a particularly bad one. It's just a single layer of very thin bubble wrap, which, yeah, not good. Something else I should mention. So, the other day I found this, which is Michael Jackson's Bad album on cassette. And it was, weirdly, it was, I think it was in the sock drawer or something. I can't remember exactly where. But it turned out it was my mum's back in the day, and it was in just a clear plastic box. And I asked her, can I have it? And she said, oh, no. And I said, why not? She said, oh, what if I want to play it? And I said, well, one, you don't have a cassette player. You haven't had one since 2003, I think, was the last time my mum had one. And number two, you didn't even know it existed. So I talked myself into having it. But thankfully, someone online had scanned their inlay on Discogs. So yeah, I was able to print out my own. Now, if you're wondering why these holes in that are so big on there compared to the actual thing, this is because there's a TDK cassette case, you can just see it there, where basically the things that hold the sprockets are the more triangular type ones rather than the straight ones, which is why I had to make the holes a bit bigger for them to fit in there. But overall, yeah, I think it looks not bad actually, considering this also came off an inkjet, my granny's inkjet printer. So yeah, there we go, quite happy with that. Anyway, on to the main thing from Wow HD, yeah. Which, actually I should turn my laptop on. I'm just looking at some of the I don't like the way Wow HD package things, because every time I see it, it just makes me nervous, because, you know, it's not they're not very well packaged. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. But it's not very high up either. It's pretty low down in terms of their packaging. Plus it's one of the ones that's impossible to open. Look at that, I cut along that, and it's still not open, because it's one of those ones that bloody sticks together, it sticks to itself. So you just gotta keep cutting and cutting away at it, and hopefully avoiding the thing inside. Look at that, I've cut along it again, I've still not opened it. Let's try along the other side. That's my laptop booting up. I've gave it a rest because it was on for bloody non-stop for an eternity, with loads of people downloading things from my SoulSeek. So I was giving it a break. Oh my god, are you joking? Cut along that side as well. Can't get. There's a slight gap there. Oh, thank god, I can finally get into it. Stop bleeping and blooping. Right. Has everything survived? I think by some bloody miracle it has. So, in no particular order. So this is the Matilda 4K Steelbook. Now, this might get a UK release one day, but currently, this has been out a little while in the US, but still no sign of a UK release date. And yeah, and it's only available as a Steelbook. No standard edition. I'm just checking for any dints. But thankfully it doesn't look like there's any dents in it, so hooray, because my Kobo one, that did have a... I didn't notice it on the video, I noticed it afterwards. It had a little dent on the front of it. Let's try and open this. So yeah, I can't... Where's my invoice? That'll tell me how much I paid for all these. So, because I got it on one of their sales. So, yeah. So Matilda was £29.27, so £30, which, yeah, that would probably be around the price it would be for the ski boot. Oh look, oh, I thought I was going to say, oh look, it's good, it's not attached. It's not attached at the back, it just is at the front. But okay, I will work with that. Means I can show off the back. So yeah, I do really love the 1996 Danny DeVito version. There's the full artwork there, which is interesting, like, doesn't correspond at all. Anyway, it does include the Blu-ray, which I think is just the recycled disc, but here's the 4K disc. And here we go. Here's the Blu-ray, which I believe is just recycled from the original. Now, in the UK, we did get the standard Blu-ray release donkeys ago. Oh, and for anyone in the US watching, here's a code for you, because it's useless to me here in the UK, and to be honest, I'm going to be ripping the discs anyway, so yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. But I do need the discs. Thankfully, since I've already done the UK Blu-ray, which again is exactly the same as the US one in terms of the standard Blu-ray and the special features and that, I don't have to bother with that. I can literally just, all I have to do with this, because as far as I'm aware there are no other special features. Yeah, I think the commentary with Danny DeVito, as far as I'm aware, is just recycled from the Blu-ray. But anyway, here's a release, which still might get a release in the UK, I don't know, but there's not... Oh, this does have damage. This has damage. Oh, and we were doing so well. I'm going to take a picture of this. On the two... It's always on the corners. It's always on the corners. Yeah. It's a shame. So this is Shrek the Third on 4K Blu-ray. And there's the damage to that corner, and there's a bit on that corner. It's coming off a bit there as well. I've noticed. Yeah. It's coming off a bit on that corner as well. And some people may say, oh, that's petty, but, you know, I'm a collector. I'm a collector, you know. But yeah, interestingly, no steelbook this time around. Now, could this be because either Shrek 2 on 4K Blu-ray didn't sell well, or was it because they thought, oh, Shrek the Third isn't as popular? Who knows? But yeah, this is just like the most half-assed generic picture and that on the front. I mean, yeah, like you could do so much more other than just that. Now with this one, unlike Shrek 2, with this one, the UK version and the US version are identical to each other. So yeah, there's no regional differences. So the ugly sister, who was voiced by Jonathan Ross in the UK one, does not reprise his role in this film. So yeah, it's Larry King for basically both versions, all versions. So yeah, it's a digital code in here. So for those who want a digital copy for free of Shrek the Third, there you go. There's your digital copy right there. And the discs themselves, and I can see already that Blu-ray is recycled because it's the exact same one that's in the Shrek Ultimate Collection. And there's the 4K disc with artwork and that on there. Yeah, it's not a reversible cover either, it's a shame. Because I wouldn't have minded as much if this cover was reversible and you could put the have the original artwork on there. Because I don't know why. Because the thing is, this type of packaging is meant to appeal to, like, you know, families or kids and that. The thing is, though, families and kids aren't, like, obviously there'll be exceptions to this, but they're not buying 4K Blu-rays. 4K Blu-rays, now you can argue about Blu-ray, but 4K Blu-ray, that's a collector. That is purely collectors. That is purely collectors, and, you know, people who are looking for the best picture quality possible. So yeah, will this look much better than the standard Blu-ray? Probably not, no, but still, I had to extract the third. I've got to have it. Next year we'll get Shrek the Fourth, or Shrek Forever After. Anyway, the last one, which is, again, I've got how much was that one? I think that one was actually not that dear. Yeah, £21.09. So yeah, probably if it did get a release in the UK, it would be probably about 20 quid. Well, actually, no, if it was a steelbook, it would probably be about 25. We've only ever got steelbooks of the Shrek 4K versions. Yeah. And then the last one, which was £29.89, so £30, is this Hugo, which is the Arrow video release. Yeah, it's interesting because I think, isn't Arrow Video a British company? I just noticed there's damage on this one as well. There's damage on this one as well. And the thing is, the pictures make it look like a proper collector's thing. The thing is, all it is just a slip card. It does feel weightier, though. It does feel weightier. But yeah, I thought it would be one of those more premium type boxes that, you know, would slide out, and that kind of like with the Halloween films that Screen Factory put out. So yeah, here it is. I do love the artwork on this one. I do love the artwork. So yeah. Oh god, it's worse when you get the shrink wrap off. It's so much worse. Yeah, and since it's black cardboard, it just makes it look so much worse. Yeah, it's annoying. I don't notice them initially, but then, oh, there's more at the bottom. There's more, I don't know if you can just catch that in the light, but there's damage there at the bottom as well. If this camera will not fucking focus on it. There we go. Yeah, well, she is going to be getting an email from me. It is quite heavy, so yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's interesting that this is Arrow Video, and I might be wrong about it being a UK company, I don't know, but yeah, no UK release cited for this, though we still might get one. The Child's Play films and all the Chucky films are getting a box set release here in the UK as a complete box set for £100. Yeah, so I don't know who that's through. I think it might be through Arrow Video, I don't know. But yeah, obviously I've got the Scream or Shout Factory versions, whatever you want to call them. So we do get a poster, which is shoved in the side, and the poster also has, like, that is just creased up to hell. It's a very creased up poster, which is because it's been leaning against the discs. There's the original theatrical poster, and there's that one. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with WoW HD though, so I won't hold that against them. That is because this piece of plastic here has been leaning against it. And then I think, yeah, this is our booklets, which Yeah. Like something like, even like Batman Mask of the Phantasm or something like that. It's something where, you know, it's less likely to get damaged. We got contents. I remember at school we had a making of book about the film, which I read. I remember I read it. It was written by the author of the original book, The Invention of Hugo Chaplet, and yeah, I won't show all of this book, but it's nice we get a little booklet. Like things like this used to be, you know, standardized, whereas now, you know, it's a collector's thing. Anyway, disc 1 is a 4K disc. Whoop. Which has feature and extras. Okay, so it's the film itself. Then disc 2 is features and extras, which is, that might just be a recycled disc from the original release. And then disc 3 is the bonus disc. So yeah, this is a 3-disc set compared to the original Blu-ray, which was only either a 1 or a 2-disc set, depending on whether you just got the standard Blu-ray or the Blu-ray plus 3D Blu-ray, which I've only... Or was it all on one disc? I can't remember. I've got it somewhere. I think I did an unboxing of it at one point. But yeah, the packaging for this, like in the pictures, just made it like I thought would be a one that slides out like that, rather than just a, you know, basic slip card. To be honest, it is quite weighty in that as well. It's a shame because this is a bloody expensive release in that as well. It is expensive, but you do get a lot on there. And that, to be fair. So, and it is an Arrow video release, so I do look forward to watching that. Does it have? Yes, it does have Dolby Vision. So yeah, this should be a good watch. So yeah, 3 more films for the 4K collection. The Steelbook being the only one that survived fully intact, nothing wrong at all. Although I can hear the way this is pressed, you can hear the metal does flex quite a bit on this one. Doesn't want to close. Doesn't want to close this one. It really doesn't want to stay closed. Yeah. That snap at the bottom, is it? No, it's not broken, it's just shit. Yeah, that one at the bottom, it just doesn't... This box just doesn't want to stay shut. Yeah. Look at that, I don't know if you can show that, but it's there. Really doesn't want to stay shut. It's a bit irritating, but there's nothing wrong with that otherwise. And these can unfortunately have damage to their corners, which is always the case on these. And the thing is though, like, you know, if they were packaged properly, they wouldn't be like that. And the thing is that, you know, people talk about, oh, but what about the waste and that? Well, there's a fine line in there. I mean, this thing is shit, basically. It doesn't really protect them at all, essentially, in that it fails completely at its job. So, yeah, but overall I spent, let's see, what was it? What was the total I spent on these? I think it must have been 60, 70. Yeah, it was about £72 for all 3 of them. So yeah, this is basically being an items to unbox on that in itself, really. So yeah, there we go.